Well, as you all know, the last 2 years that I've come here, I made a video. Well, I brought a video again this year, but I decided to outsource it. And I came across a particularly interesting video that focused on one of the art forms that I enjoy most when I sit around at night after a hard day, and that's hip-hop. Reading a good book, say the biography of Alexander Hamilton, a little hip-hop music, thematically goes together. Well, I stumbled on this piece. This is actually a performance that was given at the White House before the President and First Lady a couple of months ago. And it was created by the gentleman that wrote the score for In the Heights, the Tony-winning musical. You're going to be a little bit surprised by this, but I think the video will speak for itself. Can you please play the video?
My God. I'm thrilled the White House called me tonight because I'm actually working on a hip-hop album. It's a concept album about the life of someone I think embodies hip-hop, Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton. You laugh, but it's true. He was born a penniless orphan in St. Croix of illegitimate birth, became George Washington's right-hand man, became Treasury Secretary, caught beef with every other founding father, and all on the strength of his writing. I think he embodies the word's ability to make a difference. So I'm going to be doing the first song from that tonight. I'm accompanied by Tony and Grammy-winning music director Alex Lacamoire. Anything you need to know, I'll be playing Vice President Aaron Burr, and snap along if you like. How does a bastard orphan son of a whore and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished in squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they had placed him in charge of a trade and charter, and every day while slaves were being slaughtered or carted away across the waves, our Hamilton kept his guard up. Inside he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter. Then a hurricane came, devastation reigned, and our man saw his future dripping down the drain. Put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain. Well, the word got around, they said, this kid is insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence you came, and the world is gonna know your name. What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton. His name is Alexander Hamilton. And there's a million things he hasn't done, but just you wait, just you wait. When he was 10, his father split, full of it, debt-ridden. 2 years later, see Alex and his mother bedridden, half dead, sitting in their room, sick, the scent thick, and Alex got better, but his mother went quick. Moved in with a cousin, the cousin committed suicide, left him with nothing but ruined pride, something new inside, a voice saying, Alex, you gotta fend for yourself. He started retreating and reading every treatise on the shelf. There would have been nothing left to do for someone less astute. He would have been dead and destitute without a cent of restitution. Started working, clerking for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar cane and rum and other things he can't afford, scamming for every book he can get his hands on, planning for the future. See him now as he stands on the bow of a ship headed for a new land. In New York, you can be a new man. The ship is in the harbor now, see if you can spot him. Another immigrant coming up from the bottom. His enemies destroyed his rep, America forgot him. And me, I'm the damn fool that shot him. Alexander Hamilton, we were waiting in the weeds for you. You could never back down, you always had to speak your mind. But Alexander Hamilton Hamilton. We could never take your deeds from you. In our cowardice and our shame, we will try to destroy your name, but the world will never be the same, Alexander. Yeah, I'm the damn genius that shot him. Thank you.
Thought I was kidding. It's really interesting around the Allen household at night. There's a reason I picked that video. I was going to make another one, but when I was first shown this video, I thought there were so many important things that it said, and then how it was said I thought was important too. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you about here this afternoon. And as usual, when I'm done, I'd like to engage in a discussion with you, hear your questions, and talk about what's on your mind. And when I'm talking to you all, I'm not just talking about the Corps of Cadets. Okay, I'm talking about the enlisted permanent party, our civilians, our NAFA employees, the people that are here going to school. And I'm going to give my class of 71 classmates 5 seconds to scream. They had to let go of their walkers. I think the video is instructive on a couple of levels, and I think it's as germane today in our Coast Guard, which started out as the Revenue Marine, as it was in 1790 when there was such chaos going on after the country was established, after the Constitution was ratified. And I think everything about the transition of this country into what it has become and the essential elements that created the Constitution and this government are largely framed by the intellectual work of Alexander Hamilton and a few founding fathers. And he did this against enormous odds. I'll make one correction just to correct the record. He was not born in St. Croix. He was born on the island of Nevis near Montserrat and then moved to St. Croix. Got to correct these guys. But he witnessed a hurricane. He saw the devastation impact of slavery on plantation life down there. He saw that everything was bad about the mercantile system under the British Empire. And because of that, because of the ideas that he had, we are standing here today in this uniform. And I have testified before Congress. I've talked to a number of groups around the country and around the world, and I tell them that the United States Coast Guard is a unique product of the American Revolution. Before the American Revolution, there was not such a thing as a Coast Guard. You had navies, you had border guards, you had customs types functions, but you did not have a patrolling force protecting the sovereignty of the nation based on international law, customs, and the sovereign authority that belies a nation to be able to conduct trade. And there was never an entity that was created like us before then. And if you've looked at Coast Guard Pub 1, you will know that in Federalist Paper number 12, which is entitled On Revenue, written by Alexander Hamilton under his nom de plume, which was Publius, a Greek name he took on, he said that some vessels stationed at the entrance to our bays and harbors would at very small expense be useful sentinels of the laws. I took that phrase from Federalist Paper number 12 and put it right in the front of Coast Guard Pub 1, our doctrinal pub, because that is what we've become, sentinels of the laws. And that is the reason that a fast response cutter that is being built right now to replace the 110s will be called the Sentinel class. There needs to be a legacy attached to our operating units, how we name and carry on our tradition. In this case, we're going to be able to trace the fast response cutter back to Federalist Paper number 12, authored by the genius of Alexander Hamilton.